She was known for her vibrant personality, both in public and in bed. When you visit Venice, you're truly stepping back in time. What you see today, it's exactly the same as it was hundreds of years ago, with a few exceptions. Ironically, one of those happens to be one of the most visited sites in the city, the Peggy Guggenheim Art Museum, featuring works by the most notable artists of the early 20th century. So, what is a modern museum like this doing in a city beloved for its antiquity? Let's find out. Let's start with Peggy herself. She was an American heiress from the extraordinarily wealthy Guggenheim dynasty. Her dad, Benjamin, was actually a hero on the Titanic. As the ship was going down, apparently he was seen helping women and children onto the lifeboats, but then witnesses said that he and his personal valet, Victor Giglio, realized that there weren't enough life vests for them, or lifeboats for that matter, so they went back to their cabins, put on their finest suits, and allegedly met their end drinking brandy and smoking cigars on deck, going down like gentlemen. By the way, they were never seen again and their bodies were never recovered. So with a story like that, it's no surprise Peggy herself ended up leading an extraordinarily, if not complicated life. She was known for her vibrant personality, both in public and in bed. She had endless affairs, so many, in fact, that she even wrote a couple of books about her escapades. This was back in the 1930s and 40s. I mean, this is not exactly the time when you talked about things like that, much less write about them, write books documenting them in vivid detail, I might add, particularly if you were a woman. The saucy heiress is credited not only with launching the careers of some of the 20th century's greatest artists, including Jackson Pollock, Mark Rothko, and Max Ernst. She's also considered one of the most influential leaders of the modern art world. This modern behemoth dates back to the 1700s. Back then, it was known as Palazzo Venier, but thanks to a power struggle between two of Venice's most powerful houses, the Veniers and the Corners, it was never finished. Ironically, Peggy wasn't the only controversial character to call the Palazzo home. Marchesa Luisa Casati, another rich heiress and muse to artists including Giovanni Boldini and Man Ray, lived here in the early 1900s. In 1936, Viscountess Doris Castleross, the mistress of Mayfair and rumored lover of Winston Churchill, moved in, but she had to leave at the outbreak of the Second World War. 13 years later, Guggenheim moved in, living here for the next 3 decades. Today, she's buried in the museum's garden alongside her beloved pet dogs.